Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got a massive pickup haul for you. This all came from Value Village today. Massive receipt here. Just needs to go on for miles. This is everything that I picked up. I basically went in there today. I'll go through a bit of a backstory to this. Some NES games came out yesterday, and unfortunately they had at Value Village them massively overpriced compared to what I'd be willing to pay for them on the thrift kind of thing. They were definitely eBay prices, but if I'm going to pay eBay prices, I'm just going to shop on eBay, which I don't typically do because I really like to pick my stuff up on the cheap kind of thing. So, I left those titles there. Really kind of bummed me out because there was like some pretty decent stuff in there I'd love to get my hands on, but it was just way too close to market value for me, so I was just like, forget about it. If I'm going to do that, I might as well just go to a game store and do it. So that's really, where that was at. I was kind of disappointed yesterday, but decided to go back in there today, and they brought out a massive stack of NES games for the most part, and some Super Nintendo stuff as well. So really happy with what I was able to pick up here. I picked up 37 games, I think it was in total, and really happy with that. And these ones were actually decently priced, so I was able to use my 30% off card on all of these items, which really brought down the total, because I basically ended up spending $245 on all of this stuff, and really good deal, I think, when you break it down. I'm gonna have to get into this right now because it's gonna take me quite a bit of time to run through it all. So here we go. So this is the stuff that I picked up, and it's in no particular order. This is just stuff that I'm gonna basically be using to recoup some of what I spent here. I don't think I'll end up getting everything back, but it'll be close enough. First thing here is Yoshi, and that one there I got for $3.50. So that's a pretty neat little puzzle game if you haven't checked it out before. This one I don't know anything about, so if you know about this one, let me know. I've never really played it, and that's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's probably a movie tie-in, so I don't know how great it is, but for $3.50, I thought I would pick that up, and I'd end up flipping that one. The next one's a really cool game, kind of in like the vein of Zelda sort of idea, and that's Shadowgate. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You guys can let me know. It's kind of hard to say that name of this game, but that one was $3.50, which is a really good deal. Next one here is Super C, which is really awesome to find. Unfortunately, they did price this one up because it was a Contra game, I guess, but they put a $20 price tag on it, which isn't too bad. Probably, on my parts, it goes for a bit more than that, so I was pretty happy to be able to use a 30% off card on that one, and that basically would make that around like $14, so pretty nice find right there. Here's a pretty, I don't want to call it underrated. I think people are pretty aware of this game now, but the price hasn't like skyrocketed on it. I don't know how common it is. I found it a couple of times though, and that's the Guardian Legend. That's a really good deal right there though for $3.50. Why not? Really amazing game. If you have not checked this one out, I highly recommend you go do that. The next one here is, sorry, I was checking out all the different stickers and stuff that are all over this. It's covered in stickers, and that's Athena. This one here is a pretty cool like shooter kind of game. It says Japan's top arcade hit. I don't know about that one necessarily, but still cool nonetheless. It doesn't go for anything like massive in value, but $3.50, why not? I'll end up flipping that one. I already have it though. Next one here is Karnov. I think this one might be a label upgrade for me, although these are really dirty and dusty cartridges, so I'm going to be doing a lot of cleaning on these. Definitely though worth it for $3.50. That's a pretty good side-scrolling action kind of platforming sort of game, kind of fun. These ones I don't really need to explain to you too much here. Super Mario Brothers 3, they wanted $10 for them, so $7 around there for these two cartridges. I think $7 each basically for these two cartridges. Definitely worth it in my opinion. So really cool right there to get those. Definitely gonna team those up with systems or something like that. Next one here I already have in my collection. I got this one from the Mississauga Flea Market, I believe, back in the day kind of thing, and that's Dungeon Magic. I didn't know really a whole lot about it. I still don't know a whole lot about it. I've done research on it, but completely forgot everything I knew about this one. It's a title game though, so I'm gonna have to check it out. Pretty cool, and $3.50, so why not? Next one here is another pretty decent game, and that's 8 Eyes. I have this one already boxed and everything, so like I said before, I love some of the artwork on these ones. They're just absolutely amazing. But $3.50, so pretty cool. Next one is a must-have, I think, if you're into like platformers, and this is one of the gems for sure on the NES, and that's Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Definitely tons of fun. Not the second one, unfortunately, but I guess they knew what they had because they priced this one for $15. Again, I'm not going to say no to that though, because 30% off of $15 is a pretty good deal. Next one here is one of my favorite games. That's Fax Xanadu. This is really underappreciated. I think if you haven't played this one, go pick it up. You can usually get it for around $10, so it's not a big deal. I paid $3.50 for it today, but if you haven't got your hands on a copy of this one, I highly recommend it. It's a really fun platforming kind of action game. Really good time right there. Next one here is again something I think has gotten on a lot of people's radar. It's been hyped up in people's videos as like an amazing game. I never played it when I was a kid, but I have played it. Not all the way through or anything like that. I played the first few levels of it. When I found out about it and got it into my collection the first time, and that's Blaster Master. Highly recommend this one. They charge $10 for that, so not too bad to get it for $7 all day long. Next are some Super Nintendo games. I'm sort of flip-flopping back and forth because I'll show you the stuff that I'm keeping for my collection after I do this. But first one here is something I picked up very recently in a trade I did, and that's ActRaiser. So really cool right there. They wanted $13 for it, so whatever that is, like around 10. I'll do that for sure. Next one, staple of anything, has a little bit of wear on the label here, unfortunately, but Super Mario World. Again, they wanted $13 for it. Why not? $10 Super Mario World. I'll do that. Next one here is Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. That's pretty amazing right there. Unfortunately, that was not $10. That one was $20, but around $14 for that one. And I know people are definitely on the hunt for that one. That's a must-have for your collection. I don't really need to say anything about that game, so that's a good deal right there. The next one's the same kind of scenario, though. Super Mario Kart. Again, $20, so around $14 for that one. Again, killer score, I think. Those are all the doubles that I already had in my collection, kind of thing. Some of the ones that I'm adding to my collection aren't like super valuable. I gotta move these out of the way. So many things in front of me here. Some of the things that I added in my collection aren't like particularly overly valuable, but I didn't have them, so you don't really come across that too much. First thing I didn't have here was a Game Genies for the Super Nintendo, so that's really cool. I don't know what else to say about that. You guys probably know what this thing does, but really interesting kind of design, the way they sort of made this like clip part of the front. I don't really know why they had to go to that extent, if it was just like a kind of whatever. I don't know why they had to go to that extent, but they did anyways. So pretty cool right there. They wanted $15 for it. I guess they knew a little bit about what they had, so I bought that though anyways. Go through some of the games though, get started here. First one here is Super Pitfall. I swear I had this game already, but I guess I didn't, so really awesome right there. And they want $3.50 for, well, they want a 5, but 30% off, $3.50. Next one here is Willow. I guess because they recognized the movie tie-in, they decided to charge $10 for it, so $7 for Willow. I'll add that in. I love adding in Capcom titles, and I did not have that one. And I have been scoping it out at game conventions, but people definitely wanted more than that for it, so really cool right there. This one here is sort of like a hit and miss, I think, kind of title. I think if you really put some time into this one, you'd probably enjoy it. But it's called Solstice, which is like a puzzle, kind of like isometric puzzle game, sort of set in like a mythical world kind of thing. It's the quest for the staff of Demnos. I don't know what that means necessarily, but really cool right there. And I think when I checked this one out, had some really good looking like art screens, as far as like not cut, I don't want to call them cutscenes, but like those sort of images that they put up, like some really nice looking 8-bit images in that one. And then the next one is something I'm really happy to add in. That's Ultima Exodus. I played Ultima Online. It's like probably my favorite game of all time. So really cool to add other Ultima games, and I'm sure this isn't nearly as similar to that one, but for $3.50, absolutely. Next one here is Dragon Spirit. I don't know much about this one at all. It is a Bandai game, but I figured for that price, I'd check it out. It looks pretty cool. So that's pretty awesome right there. Moving on, a lot of good like Capcom goodies here. First one here that I'm going to show you is Trojan. So really awesome. Didn't have it already. Don't know a whole lot about it, so you guys can tell me about that one. I wonder if this holds up to like other Capcom titles, but $3.50 for that, no problem. Next one here is the Bard's Tale. I don't know why they decided to charge $10 for that and $5 for the other ones, but whatever it is, for $7, I was happy to pick up the Bard's Tale. Again, this one I've seen like at different shows and stuff like that. It kind of captured my attention, but I never really went after it. So I'm gonna have to check that one out now that I have it. Next one here is a Capcom title. That's Legendary Wings. So pretty pumped on that because again I've been checking this one out, but again at the game shows is basically the only place I've seen it, and you know, people weren't really asking the right price for it, but this one's in really great shape, so I'm happy that, well, not really great shape, there's a little bit of damage on the label there, but these days, pretty good shape for finding stuff in thrift shops. $3.50, no problem. Next one, they must have realized this was a franchise or something, because they decided to put a $10 tag on this one. So for $7, I picked up Prince of Persia, so pretty sweet right there. I'm gonna have to clean this one, it has a lot of dirt on it though. But I think it'll clean up pretty nicely, and welcome addition to my collection because I really enjoyed the PC version of this game back in the day. Moving on, yeah, Castle of Dragon, probably like one of the grammatically most messed up titles of all time. Should be like Castle of the Dragon or a Dragon or something, but it's Castle of Dragon. So pretty cool right there. I don't know anything about it. It is a Sita game. I never heard of that company. Don't know if they publish anything else on the NES, but still cool nonetheless, and $3.50, why not? Moving right along here, got a copy of Dr. Chaos because I didn't have it already. $3.50. I don't think it goes for a whole lot more than that, but still cool nonetheless. Next one is a Colored Dreams game, and I was pretty happy to pick this up because the other ones that they had there, they had like market price kind of thing. This one was a little bit underpriced, I think, or maybe it was kind of on the mark. I'm not really totally certain about these Colored Dream games, but this one's called Joshua, and they wanted $15 for it, so I ended up, I guess, paying, you know, around a little over $10 for that one, so not too bad. Next one here is Shadowgate. That's pretty cool because it's really much similar to the game I really love, which is Deja Vu on the NES. This is very similar to it. It has like similar kind of menus to it. I'm trying to remember if this is from the same publisher or not. I can't remember who published Deja Vu off the top of my head, but it looked very similar to me, and they wanted, you know, $5 for it, so $3.50 for it. I want to check it out. Seems to get like decent reviews. It's sort of a lot of like text heavy kind of stuff, but still fun nonetheless. The next one here is Skull and Crossbones. So really cool because I didn't have this Tenjin card. Kind of got worn off a little bit. It just says Tenj right there, and like the EN's basically been worn off of it. So not in the world's greatest shape, but hey, for $3.50, why not? I don't know anything about that title though, so if you know something about it, please let me know. Moving right along here, getting to these ones. First one here, which I thought I had in my collection, really weird that I didn't, and that's a Jellicle game, and it's Astyanax. So really cool right there. The last two NES games I'm going to save for the end because I think they're probably the more interesting of the NES kind of stuff. I did pick up a couple of Super Nintendo games. First one here's a dud, but that's Dennis the Menace. I heard it has like really tight controls, but just falls short like on the enemy kind of thing. It's just like really frustrating, infuriating, and like kind of, it's like forgiving in a sense. It's probably like easy, but you just get hit a lot, so it's kind of, I don't know. That's just my impression of it anyways. And then the next one, which I'm pretty happy to add in, Konami title, which is Cybernator. So really pumped about that for the Super Nintendo. And again, they only wanted $5, so $3.50 for that all day long. I'm going to do that. Really happy to, you know, be able to find a couple of Super Nintendo games I didn't have already. So really nice right there. And then the last two are NES games, which I didn't really know about one of these titles. The other one I definitely knew had some value, and it was something I wanted for my collection, just because I would like to play this series, but I've been holding out a little bit on it. I never played it back in the day, so you'll have to forgive me on that one. But you know, the Dragon Warrior series, and this one's Dragon Warrior 3. So really happy they only had $3.50 on that one. Huge score right there, if you ask me. I do want to get into it. I guess I'm gonna have to start with the first one, which I do have already. I do not have the second one, so I'll have to see what I'm gonna do about that. But I do have the third one now, so happy with that. And then this one here, I just thought was you know, like one of those like $3.50, maybe $10 titles. I'd never heard of it before, but pretty happy to add it in the collection. I think the reason why this one's so you know, decently valued or whatever is that it's probably a very uncommon game. For the most part, I don't want to use the word rare because I don't know that for sure, but I know this is definitely uncommon because I've never really heard a lot of people talk about this one, and that's Faria. I think that's how you say this one. So this one I checked out a little bit because I didn't know anything about it, and when I picked it up, I didn't even know like it was, you know, uncommon or whatever. I just was like, I'd never seen it before, so why not give it a shot? And you know, for $3.50, why not? This one here though is basically like you know, Final Fantasy kind of overview type of world, sort of action I think going on in it. But then when you get into a battle siege, it sort of goes into like more of a Zelda kind of view, and you end up on screen with like a few enemies or a couple enemies or one enemy, or it just depends, I think, when you're playing it. I heard it's like punishingly hard and a little bit unforgiving and somewhat infuriating, but still nonetheless a pretty awesome find right there, that's for sure, and probably one of the more uncommon games that I do have in my collection now, so pretty sweet. This one here is by Nextsoft. I don't know what that company else, like what else they've published or anything like that, but it's an epic fantasy action adventure game. So I'm gonna check it out. I heard it is pretty challenging and difficult and kind of frustrating, but you know, it has the Nintendo seal of approval, so or seal of quality rather, so I'll have to give that one a shot. That's everything I have for this time around. That was my huge epic haul for all of that stuff. 37 games and Game Genie. I ended up paying $245. So I thought that was a pretty good deal with the discounts and everything like that. Let me know what you think. It was pretty epic. I was pretty pumped about the whole thing, that's for sure. I still am kind of a little bit jittery about it. Pretty happy. That's probably my biggest score of all time. What do you guys think? Thanks again for watching. Feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.